You got issues, we got tissues. Let's talk. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley and my beautiful sidekick,
This is Dee.
Dee Taylor-Jolley, the beautiful and brilliant and dynamic and strong. Look at them arms. She was in the gym the other day, and I saw her working out. And I walked in, and she was working out. She got cut muscles. You know that?
No, I didn't know that, sweetheart.
Yeah, your muscles are cut.
You're just trying to get over. That's what you're trying to do.
So we're going to talk this evening about you got issues, we got tissues.
So is this open mic night?
Got an open mic night. We're going to talk about the
So
questions.
we do have some questions.
We
If
got
you
questions.
Put any question in. Our answers might surprise
Hey,
you.
Linda Kazera, I hope you're in a great city today. Hopefully in West Virginia.
How are they
They're
all over the
always
place?
they're always somewhere different.
So they're traveling all the time?
They are some moving folks.
Wow.
So look, let's talk. For those who might be joining us first time, we're the Jollies. I'm Dr. Willie Jolley, and this is Dee Taylor-Jolley. We're the authors of the book Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. Today is a special day. Today
It's Tuesday.
No, special for another reason. It's special because it's Tuesday, which we've never done a marriage show on Tuesday, but it's special because it's June the 1st, 2021, which means that today is
Good evening, Seth.
Seth and Marco Downzo. What's up, Marco Downzo from Roosevelt Senior High School, my high school buddy. Today, I celebrate the 30th anniversary of me starting my speaking business. 30 years ago today, on June the 1st, 1991, I set up my little card table in my corner of my bedroom with a push button phone. Y'all remember those little Princess push button phones? That's all we had. We got past the rotary phone. Some of y'all don't know about rotary if you're on Instagram.
And a telephone book.
We had a yellow page telephone book, a legal pad, a pen, no computer. I didn't own a computer.
And no fax machine. I was working on Capitol Hill, so I would take your materials and fax them.
Woo! So
Lord
that's
have
what we
mercy.
were, and that's 30 years ago. And I started out, quit my job on May 31st, told them I'm out, and the next day I started my business. And thank God we've been able to keep the lights on, the phones on. We've been able to travel all over the world. Dubai, a number of times. South Africa, Japan, Australia.
Let's get to the issues.
I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that we've been able to sustain a business. So thank y'all for your support. Let's see, we got more and more people there in West Virginia. Sharice Crawford, happy Tuesday,
Hi,
family.
Sharice.
So 30 years, and then in 3 weeks, we'll be celebrating our 36th wedding anniversary. 36 years together. And that's really 40 years together because I dated you and courted you and chased you for 4 years before you got weak. We had a weak moment. So, I was able to get her in a weak moment. I'll take it. I'll go with that. I'm okay with that. She's still here. You're still here.
I'm still here.
There you are. All right, let's talk about it. We got questions. If you got questions, the night is the night. You got issues, we got tissues. Let's talk. Oh, by the way, a couple of new updates. Follow us on the new social media handles. We got new social media handles. If you want a jolly marriage, then you can start to follow us now on A Jolly Marriage. AJOLLEY marriage.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I like that. It's going to be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the marriage show will start to broadcast from the new A Jolly Marriage. So make sure you go and sign up for A Jolly Marriage on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, A Jolly Marriage. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Happily MarriedMondays.com. Get all the episodes. And what topics do you want us to discuss? Email us at info@williejolly.com and go to ajollymarriage.com for free communication chapter or to purchase our materials.
I just think that is so much. I just do.
You're happy with that?
Well, it's a lot. It's A Jolly Marriage. Then it's
.com.
happymarriedmondays.com. Then if you want to send a question, you got to go to info@williejolly.com. I'm like, oh my God, I just can't.
You can't handle it, can you?
Which is what I said to Cheryl. Cheryl says, you just have to learn to adjust to the social media stuff. I'm like, and I know these people, and I know the materials, and I still think it's a lot. So I have to keep saying it. A Jolly Marriage.
A Jolly Marriage. Okay.
A Jolly Marriage.
Let's get to these questions. Cheryl Johnson Foley from Houston is good with us. Good.
Hi.
So Seth Reggie Vale is here.
So tell us where you're from.
Yeah.
Houston. You got Houston. We know we have Maryland.
And S.R. Terrence is here tonight. Thank you. People are coming in. Okay, let's get to these questions. Here we go.
Miss Maya 24.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Jolley. How do you build trust after your spouse has not been 100% honest? Well, we're going to go to the book. We want to bring these things out of the book. As we tell people, we're not marriage counselors, we are marriage mentors. And so let's talk about what we talk about in the book. Trust. I heard a great quote yesterday by Warren Buffett. He said, it takes years to establish trust, but it can be broken in minutes, in seconds. So that's why you have to be very, very committed about your trust and what you're talking about and what you're doing. So trust is critically important. How do you reconnect or rebuild trust? Well, it takes work. How do you work? You got to be solid, consistent. If you have broken trust, then you've got to work to rebuild it and realize it's fragile. It's like.
So what are you doing? I don't go down there. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna go down the path of telling the story. How do you rebuild the trust? Give me one specific thing. No, I'm gonna keep you like this.
Let me tell you a story.
Give me one specific thing to rebuild trust. Trust is broken. I don't want to hear the story about the egg.
All right, let's see.
They're desperate. They need, okay?
Okay, that's how Terrence said, trust is like taking a piece of paper, balling it up, and then trying to make it right again.
That's good. That's a good visual.
That's a good visual. That's a good visual. Well, here's what I say about trust. That trust is very fragile. And if you're going to rebuild trust by being, how do you get them to be honest, is to let them know. Go back to when you're having a conversation, you got to let them know how that lack of trust makes you feel. Because sometimes they might be doing it intentionally, but sometimes they might not realize that they're doing it. So what do? What do? You make it so that they're clear and it's intentional that you're working on building trust. Intentionality. That's a big word that a lot of people say and they don't know what it means. I am wanting to achieve this goal. So I am making this very focused.
I would interject there. I think when he is saying, how do you rebuild trust after your spouse hasn't been 100% honest? See, if I were talking to them, I would want to know more specifics. Hadn't been honest about what? Is it okay, I'm going to go get the laundry and I didn't do it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, we said we wouldn't spend but $100 without talking to each other and I spent $1,000.
Ooh.
I mean, you see what I'm saying?
We recently had that.
I know, but for me, I'm saying I would want more information to say, how do you rebuild the trust after your spouse has not been 100% honest? I would want to know, the principle might be the same. I would say how that made me feel, that I couldn't trust you. So I'm leery of sharing things with you because you have not kept your word. So then that makes me feel uncomfortable. If that makes me feel uncomfortable, then I don't feel safe. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that's how.
And security is critically important.
Security is the major thing.
Right.
So I would delve more into what is it.
But we don't
that
know what it
breaking up the
is.
trust. That's what I'm saying.
We don't know what it is. We don't know
ready.
what it is. Let's answer what we got. You trying to go into the question. Well, tell me more. There's no more to be told. You got to answer the question as is on the paper. Answer the question. When you got trust that need to be rebuilt,
I would tell them how their behavior made me feel.
That's exactly what you got to say.
I have.
Did I say that 5 minutes ago?
No, and that. and that I don't feel safe.
Okay, so losing trust for someone you love is a horrible feeling. Literally, you grieve. That's so true. When you lose trust for somebody you love, and how do you rebuild it though? You've got to be honest and tell, open and honest, and say, this is how I feel. It's hard. I feel horrible. My feelings are hurt. That's the way we get people who won't say, this is how that made me feel. Nothing can be fixed until you've expressed to that person how you're feeling. And saying, you're not trustworthy, and you're this and that. No. Here's how that has made me feel. I'm not comfortable trusting you. I'm insecure about it.
And why did you do that? See, the why is very important. Why did you feel the need to not share all of the information with me?
Communication. So, we were going through some of the lists of things that break up marriages, and the list of things that break up marriage, of the list, number one is communication.
Well, communication ends up being everything, because how do you have a relationship if you don't communicate?
And you're not having open and honest communication. You're withholding. You're not being straight up. We're straight up with each other, aren't we?
I don't know. We definitely have a sense of humor.
We're straight
Let's go to this. This one is, how do you handle finances when your spouse doesn't want to do a budget or share the details of their finances? That's a wow.
That's a big wow.
So it's kind of like, it's like,
how do you do a budget when another person?
How did you even get married without? But it's too late now.
Way too late.
It's too late now.
People don't look. People. Let's read it. This is right out the book. All right.
But you know what? There are variations of this question. Here's another one.
It comes up over and over again. Give the other one. Give the other one about.
That's really a complicated thing, because in the other question, we had two that were number twos. The other one's, what do you do if your spouse does not want to put money into the joint savings account but still takes money out of it?
So you talked about why didn't I talk about it before? Because here's why.
Because she was looking at her butt and her tits. There you go.
Only D, okay? Only D would go there. All right, many couples are so busy being romantic, they forgot to talk about anything practical, like personal finances. Money management is not a romantic subject, but marriage should be seen as entering into a financial as well as a romantic partnership. It's a merger. It's a merger of two entities to create another entity. And if you don't talk about the money, there are going to be problems. And how is you don't talk about the money? Because what she already said. You're so lusting and so hot and bothered over how you can't wait to get them in the bed. I ain't mad at that, okay? I ain't mad at that. But there needs to be some conversation.
So you know what? I said we're going to do a series once we get through this. We're going to do a series on money and marriage, because there's so many different pieces to it.
Yep.
And so now you jumped the broom, you said I do, and then here you are.
You know what? Interesting enough, we have never had an argument over money. Now, we haven't had an argument in 33 years. But when we were arguing, it was never over money. Because we created our system that money was not.
I'm thinking about when we had the CRM,
Well, that was a business decision. That act. Now that was a business different. I was the boss. We didn't argue. I was just
He was livid.
Smoke was coming out of my ears.
So he took a ride.
Ooh.
And then we came back and he talked about how we knew he was upset because we had talked about it before.
I love this one.
You don't, what?
Because when the honeymoon is over and the car is repossessed, I can't go back to the bus.
I was told I'd like to budget because I want to be in control and dictate.
If you don't talk about the money, there are going to be problems. Now, you know what? All of these are so true.
But you know what? You do want to control it together.
So that's what going back to the money.
Together.
Why we have never had an argument about our personal finances. And I didn't argue about the time she hired the consultant on my business. She was new to the business, and I told her, "Here's what we got to spend."
Well, we did agree. I did the research.
Oh, we agreed on what? We agreed on what the budget was. And then you told me, oh, it's going to be just this much money.
Yes.
And then I'm working like a little beaver to make that much money. And then it's 3 times as much for a day rate. I was livid.
Years make the cost of it go up. It wasn't 3 times.
What was it?
It was double.
Double.
That was bad.
It was 100 times. It was bad.
It was upsetting.
And I didn't argue. I just took a ride. But that was a business decision. In terms of our personal finances, we created our system. The 3-part system works for us. Now, other people have different systems.
Well, you know what? We have a budget.
Start with a budget. We have a household budget, and we have to meet the budget. So I put parts of the budget. She put parts of the budget. So we got a budget. That's first. Second, we have 3 accounts. Her account where my name is on it, my account where her name is on it, and a household account. And we both make deposits into the household account that we know what to meet the budget. And then I don't worry what's in her account, whether she go get some shoes. She doesn't worry in my account.
Let's go back.
This is very important. She doesn't worry in my account if I go get, I got a new iPhone today. Okay, boom. I got a brand new iPhone.
But that's a business expense.
I'm just saying, if I get some sort of tech toy, I'm a techie. I like tech stuff. But I don't worry about that, and she doesn't worry about it because we got past that. That keeps us from arguing about the money, okay?
But the key is, like this question, the extension of it is still finance related, because this one was, what do you do when your spouse won't keep their word?
Well, we already told him. You tell them. That's how you make me feel.
Related to going over the budget. So
going over the budget. They won't keep their word. You said we will not spend more than $100 out the household budget. You spend $1,000.
What do you
That's not going to work.
So what if they continue to do that? You're banging on it.
Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work.
So what do you do?
You have to tell them this is not going to work.
And then they
keep
continue.
Doing it.
Let's be real. They continue.
Well, I don't know what to tell them to do. Because I don't want to have a prison ministry. I don't want to be killing nobody. Okay, we haven't had that problem because we realize
maybe you have to consider another way of dealing with it.
I don't know the answer to that because look, I'm not a marriage counselor, marriage mentor, and I can only mentor you with stuff that I've been through. I can't guess what I would do if she spent money out of the household account on something that we had not agreed upon. I would be hot. I would be angry. I would tell her, this
Did you
is
take the checkbook away?
If you did it more than once. I would do that more than once. But then that goes back to being retribution. And I don't want to get there because that messes up your love life. I'm going back to the love life. All right, look, I got to go to this one real quick. This is a good question. What do you do when one spouse likes a lot of affection and the other doesn't?
Oh, wow. How did y'all end up married?
Well, you know what? Here's what happens.
Somebody's got to adjust.
Yes. Somebody got to adjust.
And you know what? Both. And I would say that I am more affectionate now.
Yep.
Than I was.
Much more.
Before we got married.
Even when we were newly married. You weren't
because he held hands. He was the one that would always initiate the holding of the hand.
Yep.
You were the one that would always initiate the kissing and stuff.
Yes.
And I decided from study, observation, you know what, he likes this. and I like how that makes me feel.
So see, but we talk about it.
So I was willing to move outside of my comfort zone, which was I'm a very straight, very okay, very self-contained. But I learned how to lean into him
And we
because
we
that
love
made
it.
him feel good, and you know what? It made me feel good
So
too.
let me answer that question. What do you do? Here's what I recommend you do. Now she wasn't a warm and fuzzy, but I started letting her know little by little the benefits of being warm and fuzzy. Little by little. So the one who's more affectionate can induce and influence the one who's less affectionate to be more affectionate. And so that it will rise. And yours can then, go to a point where y'all meet at a happy place. Where she rises up a little bit, you lower it a little bit, and y'all still get it on.
And maybe
At the end of
why
the
you
day,
need
I
to
want you to
ask
get it on. I want you to get it on, get it on,
to
get it on,
ask
get it on.
why they're not
Well,
affectionate,
just person's personality.
or the kind of environment that they came
Okay,
from. Like
let's.
my parents were always together. They weren't always holding hands and lovey-dovey, I think, as we are,
Right.
but they were always together, doing things together.
They
But
were
we
together.
are more touchy-feely, and that touchy-feely is a result of what you brought to the table and my being willing to emulate. Is that the right word? To imitate? Which one?
Emulate, imitate.
And how that made you feel. I'm aware of how my responses to you and the leaning in and being more affectionate made you feel. And the brownie points that I got as a result of that.
Brownie points, brownie points, brownie points. So, and not just material brownie points. Me,
Time and attention.
time and attention. Just
And
really.
oh, then that goes to, remember we talked, well, some time ago, I don't know, Gary Chapman, the love languages. So maybe one person is touchy feely and the other one just likes acts of kindness.
So
Or
you
somebody
might
is
want to read that
words.
book, Five Love
The
Languages.
five love
You might want to
languages
read
by
that.
Gary
If you haven't
Chapman.
read this book, you better get this book. Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. We recommend you get 2 copies, one for you and one for your significant other. We've had so many couples who said it has transformed their relationship because they realized where there was some lacking, some weak points by going through the 10 chapters in this book. We recommend you go to jollymarriage.com. Jollymarriage.com. Get the bundle. The bundle is 2 books. Somebody bought one last week. 2 books, 2 workbooks, an audio book, and a CD seminar. It's $150 and is much cheaper than going to a high-end marriage counselor, much cheaper than a divorce lawyer. And
I
it
was
will help
thinking
you
we should have,
grow your marriage and help you have more sex.
why not why not divorce? I think we should have, when we move to another platform too, and we can
Oh,
have
we
interviews.
better tell them
I
about that.
think we should have that divorce lawyer
Oh,
on,
yeah.
our friend.
Yeah, we
Why
should.
not divorce?
Yep. Well, we got to have them
Because we
on.
keep saying, you know
All
what,
right, so let me
divorce
tell
is
you
this, this,
updates
all
on
of
what we're
that.
going to do.
So
A lot of stuff going on. We got 3 minutes left. We're going to be shifting starting in the next 2 weeks. I don't know if we're going to have to do it next Monday, but probably the following Monday. We're going to change from this Facebook Live to A Jolly Marriage. So we want everybody to sign up for A Jolly Marriage or A Jolly Marriage on Instagram. And so it'll be on Facebook, Instagram. Now that's one thing we're going to do. Then we're going to create a new program, a membership platform. So many of you said half hour is not long enough, but that's the time we have for the free program that we share with live stream television. But we're going to have a membership program that's going to be a longer program that will be able to be joined. Everybody, somebody said I got player moves. Thank you. But we'll have a paid platform where you can be a member on, where we'll have question and answers and real in-depth
and
conversations.
we're looking at having guests with the new platform.
Oh, it's going to be great.
We'll be able to have guests.
It's going to be great. So we're working on this. This is growing. It is expanding.
I'm trying to figure it out.
We are constantly growing. But I heard something just this weekend from Jeff Bezos. He said that the reason that Amazon is Amazon because they were willing to continue to grow and try stuff, and even if it failed, that was part of the
You just need
process.
one successful. So we're still working at that one successful thing that'll blow up. Huh?
It's going to blow up. Beyond where we are now, it's going to keep growing. You'll see us on national television soon. Our time is up. I want to thank you for yours. I'm Dr. Willie Jolley.
And this is me.
We're the authors of the book Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. Go to jollymarriage.com. Get 2 copies so you can get an autographed copy of the books and 2 workbooks and a book on CD, audio book on CD, and then the CD seminar.
We looked at chat. I like your comments. Thank you
y'all
so
for your
much.
comments. We'll be back next Monday night. This was a special night, my 30th anniversary, and we wanted to dedicate Memorial Day yesterday, and we wanted people to watch the Tulsa specials. So now we're Tuesday night, Greenwood. God bless you. Have a great week on purpose, and we'll see you later. Jolly out.